Joining me to talk more about that and the future of Paytm in the context of a lot of negative commentary that has been coming in is the Deputy CFO, Vikas Garg. Thanks so much. Welcome to ET Now.
Thanks, Nayantara.
$1 billion when the chips everybody said were down and out and against Paytm.
And not really. So actually what we are looking for is, we never look at our competition as a bad thing. Actually what we do is we intend to expand the market and make the market bigger and take the best pie out of it.
So first you tell me this $1 billion, you've also got your existing investors to put in money like Softbank,
right.
And you found new ones too.
That's right. So actually we are very excited to about the announcement which we did today of $1 million fundraise. This is actually a reaffirmation of our existing investors' faith in the company and specifically the management team.
So which are the existing ones besides Softbank that have invested?
So Ant Financial is putting a large amount of money, and Softbank Vision Fund also. And in addition to that, a slew of new investors, renowned global investors, US, Hong Kong.
So Tiro.
Yeah, starting with Tiro Capital.
Yeah.
Then we have Discovery as one of the names. So a lot of these guys are very excited to be a part of our journey now.
Okay, so what is the total valuation now? You're India's original unicorn.
What I can say is that these kind of checks, the large checks, at the kind of valuation which we have got is very, very unique in India, and you haven't heard of these kind of valuations and these kind of checks in recent past, right? So the valuation stands today at $16 billion.
$16 billion.
That's right.
Yeah. So you're India's largest startup.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Where are you in the global pecking order? Have you done that check?
See, in global pecking order, I think we are only behind Ant Financial, which is the largest of it in terms of payment and financial ecosystem. So they are, I think, valued upwards of $150 million, and in some time from now, you will see us going there very soon.
Really? Are you done for a bit, or there's going to be more fundraise?
No, I'm not suggesting anything about the fundraise. What I'm suggesting is that our aspirations are to make it as big as Ant Financial would have done anywhere else. So we have investors like Berkshire who are equally big in US. So our ambition always is to go big or go home.
Did Berkshire Hathaway increase its investment in this round?
So Berkshire Hathaway, they didn't, right? But they were very supportive all through the round, through their guidance.
Okay. So can you now tell me that the original promoters, what is their stake left at in Paytm?
So Vijay, has the largest stake any founder has in the Indian startup ecosystem now at our scale. So he holds around 15% in the company.
Okay. He still has about a 15%.
That's right.
Okay, now I want to ask you this question. Like when I began the interview by saying that the chips were down and out and against Paytm, there were a lot of negative commentary coming in from whether it was the layoffs that Paytm had to announce, whether it was the fact that you've entered 9 new businesses and they're all losing money, and the third one about corporate governance allegations of how there had been unsecured loans from ICICI and a clutch of other banks,
Sure.
which had not been reported to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs.
Got it.
I'm guessing that was dismissed by the investors.
No, so I will clarify one by one, right? So
Okay.
I think you started with the layoffs, right? So layoff is not something which is kind of unique to a particular company in India. It's actually a stage wherein the company is growing in leaps and bounds. So you need to have different kind of management bandwidth at different scale. So it's only about that, there's nothing more to it. And now we have got very good veteran industry experts to lead our payment ecosystem, our financial ecosystem. So, having a good management is never an issue for us.
Okay.
Right? In terms of the corporate governance of the loan, etc., I would
1,600 crores,
Yeah.
it was unsecured, never reported.
So let me clarify. See, as any other company, being in operations at our scale, we need a lot of working capital management to be done on a daily basis. So the loan which was talked about was more on arranging a working capital limit, and it was reported duly by us and by the bank, because it's a fiduciary responsibility for the bank also to report to MCA and to RBI. All reportings were done. Maybe it was misunderstood by some reporters or something like that, but everything was in place. And even today we have the same limit with the same kind of reportings.
Okay.
So there is no mishap on that. I don't know why it became
So you're basically denying all reports that said that you had taken unsecured loans and failed to disclose that?
That's right. I completely disagree with that.
Have you taken action? Were you asked about this from the investors?
Not at all, because they are completely on board with us. See, investors are a member of our board, right? And as a board member, unless they approve, we can't go ahead and do something of this sort.
But your board would be approving, amounts like 500 crores from a bank, 400 crore rupees from another bank. Like they would get into that kind of.
See, at a company like us, cash flow is a very important thing to manage, right? Like I said in the beginning. So, board will definitely not get into specifics, but getting a loan as a obligation on the company, definitely they will look into it. So, I will still maintain that everything which was done since day one on this part was completely aligned to the rules and regulations of the India.
The third one I'm going to ask you is 9 new verticals, 9 new businesses, guzzling cash, everything in the red.
No, so see, there's a different aspect of looking at it, right? So we don't see it as a loss which we suffered, right? It's largely an investment. Like I said in the beginning, we are actually going and expanding the ecosystem in India of digitization. So we started with payments, right? And now we started with, we ventured into a thing like say lending, or say commerce business like movie ticketing and air ticketing. So wherever we go, we try to invest in that business to make the market much more wider, and when it reaches to a scale, then it starts contributing to us. So for example, lot of our business verticals which we started 4 years back, 3 years back, they have started becoming contribution positive now. So if you want to see only a selected piece of it which we have started in say last 12 months, 18 months, the investment still continues there, right? But the earlier part of it have started giving us results now.
But you've also had to take a lot of tough decisions from the earlier ones. For example, whether it's the warehouses you've had to shut for Paytm Mall, or just the way you have had to claw back and scale down Paytm Mall.
No, so again, like I said, see, it's a kind of innovation in the approach of running a business, right? So it's not about shutting down a particular entity or a particular product. It's more about shifting the business strategy which we have there.
Okay, so what are you what is Paytm's vision, and what is it going after? Now you pioneered payments.
Yeah.
You became an unplanned beneficiary of demonetization. It really changed your fortunes.
Yeah.
But after that, of course, a lot of payment companies have come in.
Correct.
You got global giants who've still not got permission, but they're going to be here.
Yeah.
If they're going to be here, the government allows, in the form of WhatsApp, Facebook, all of that, right? Amazon, all of that.
Correct.
What is that going to mean for Paytm if and when the global giants are allowed?
So see, Paytm is a market leader today, right? And we are known as the champions of digitizing the payments in India. So with now this kind of money infusion in the company, we are going to double down on that. We are going to increase our engagement with our merchants, with our consumers, to make sure that we are the only default choice for all the consumers.
Are you the default choice today? What is your market share?
Yes.
Because everyone says that you've lost market share.
See, it again depends how do you want to classify that data, right? So in terms of the actual merchant usage, the actual consumer need, we are still the largest. In case you want to talk about the vanity metrics, which people want to just show to their global peers, we don't compete there, because that
How large are you? How large are you in payments today?
See, I don't want to get into the numbers specifically, but in terms of market share in merchant payments, we are more than 65% of the total market.
Okay.
Today. Yeah.
How many users do you have, and is that down?
See,
Since maybe with Google Pay and Pays and all have come.
No, not at all. So, that's the myth which people carry in their mind. Our number of users and our engagement per user has been increasing.
Okay.
Ever since.
So is payments going to remain and your main business, your main stay?
For sure. So payment is our core of our company, and on that backbone of the payments, then we are developing all other businesses. So payment is something on which Vijay personally focuses on, and payment is the core of the business. So it's going to be the main thing for us.
Any regrets for starting Paytm Mall?
Not really. See, Paytm Mall is something which, as a marketplace, the Indian market actually wanted. We pivoted certain business models, and now our team there is trying an O2O strategy, which actually works on a very large scale. So I think there is no regret, right? It's just the business model which becomes apt at a different point in time.
There's also one thinking, and like I'm playing devil's advocate and throwing out the tough questions at you, that one of the reasons that Paytm has had to go global and enter so many new countries is because it's no longer in the fast track, or the growth engine that it had in India is running out of steam. Is that true?
Not really. See, going global is not something which is related to what is happening in India. Going global anyway, see the kind of products which we have built in terms of tech products and the strategies, they are something which we are very, very proud of, and those are scalable in any parts of the world. So take example of Canada. We have a center in Canada. We have launched PayPay in Japan. All these countries are flourishing with the kind of customer inputs and customer approach, right? So I think it's not about anything which is happening in Indian market. It's more about the kind of products which we are developing. They are actually global scale products.
Okay, and why this massive sponsorship as far as Indian cricket goes? Because you're really shelling out big bucks over there.
See, Vijay firmly believes, and our board firmly believes, that cricket is a religion in India, right? And then that's true to some extent, right? So I think getting associated with cricket is a kind of fancy of every brand, right? So we started doing it in 2015, and this year it was a natural choice for us to continue.
So what else will you do with cricket, you think?
So there are different opportunities which keep coming at different times for us. So for example, there are multiple events. I don't want to name the events. There are multiple events which keep coming across. So our marketing team keeps looking at it, and as an opportune time, they will decide on what to do there.
No brand ambassadors?
So Vijay is our the biggest brand ambassador, and we don't pay him anything for that. so but best out of that. Yeah.
So you don't want to look at a cricketer for a brand ambassador?
Not at all.
If cricket is a religion, so is Bollywood.
That's right.
So what are your plans for Bollywood then?
I think our marketing head can answer that more.
You don't want to be secular? You want to choose only one religion?
Not really. See, it's more of a marketing head's job. I don't want to get into that. So maybe.
But you as the deputy CFO have to provide the funds now. Do you have it?
No, we are definitely up for any opportunity which helps our brand to prosper.
Okay.
So as and when it comes, we'll definitely look at that.
Okay, so now I've got all of that done with you. I want to now talk to you about the current scenario we're in. We finished a festive season. The last time I did meet Vijay briefly, he did say the times have never been as good because we are not burning as much cash as we had to, and we are also increasing revenue, that it's a dream run.
That's right.
Did the entire festive season, because this was the start of the festive season, did it end like that?
Yes. So festive season, we kept hearing that, the markets are not good. There's not that much business in the market, but for us, in terms of payment systems, in terms of our transactions on our commerce business, it was a very active growth in both the segments, and our banking team did fairly well on the transactions and the saving accounts acquisition, etc. So
did you feel a slowdown?
Not really in our business, right? So because people normally go out and spend during festivities, right? So our business is particularly akin to that kind of consumer pattern, consumer habits.
Because you tried different things. Like for example, there was gold being sold. There was,
correct.
I think, automobiles that were being sold as well.
That's right. That still continues, right? So all of that is still continues. And like I said, in addition to the payments, we are trying to build a larger financial ecosystem in India. So digital gold was the first thing which we started. Then we started with our company called Paytm Money, which gets into distribution of mutual funds. Now they have got a broking license, so they are very soon they are going to start with share trading platform. And
but when will the share trading platform start?
I think it should happen in Q4 of this year.
Will you do that organically or inorganically?
All organically.
All organically.
Yeah.
How did you react when there were reports of Paytm buying Yes Bank or being one of the suitors for Rana Kapoor's stake?
See, we never reacted to it. Obviously, this was brainchild of someone else. We never had any talks with them. So
there were never any talks. So this share trading, I want to ask you, isn't it already a very overcrowded space? Everybody was trying. There are apps coming up. You've anyway got the traditional brokerage firms.
See, overcrowded for a consumer base which is transacting today is a right word, but the total number of users who transact today as a part of Indian population is very less. So what we are going to do is we are going to make an app for the consumer point of view, wherein consumers are not fleeced, consumers are not charged exorbitantly, and consumers are given assurance of complete transparency there. So in terms of increasing adoption of trading in the markets, increasing adoption of bringing transparency through technology, we are going to be the pioneer there.
But already a lot of people are doing that with the help of smart money investors as well.
I know that, and still, I don't think the kind of commercials which are being offered to the consumers are something which consumers are happy about. And we are really looking forward to build a product which brings actually a kind of disruption in the market like we did in payments.
Okay, so it's going to be on a large scale because you're going to have to require more people entering the markets as well.
Yeah, so I think any business which we get into, we don't build products for with a limited aspiration here, right? So I think it's going to be very, very large scale.
Okay, because we're already in November, you're talking about of launching any time after a month and a half.
That's right, that's right.
So your app is ready?
Yeah, it's all in the works right now, right? So I can't...
What will it be called?
Sorry?
What will it be called?
See, it will be called under Paytm Money only, right? So the Paytm Money app will have another vertical there. Okay. So it's going to be a complete wealth destination there. If you want to invest through mutual funds or you want to trade through equity, it's going to be under the same app.
And all your licenses, everything is in?
Yeah, we got license way back.
Okay. And this is, I'm guessing, part of your larger dream, like you were also saying, to grow the ecosystem and as well as become a complete financial institution.
That's right. That's right. So, the main reason and why we are so excited about the current fundraise also, Nayantara, is we really want to double down on the payments, to engage more on the consumers and the merchants, and to make our app a default choice for them. And two, what we want to do is we want to really build a financial ecosystem in India for a consumer like you and me, right? So, we don't want to trust the apps or we don't want to invest because we don't know what we are going to get out of it. So we are going to build a completely transparent financial ecosystem, be it lending, be it insurance, be it wealth management, and more to the consumers who earn, say, for example, 10,000 rupees a month, so that they can very easily, through the help of technology, they can invest and they can earn more.
Okay.
And once they earn more, they will spend more and invest again, right? So it's a cycle, right? And it will definitely help the economy also. When the people start earning more and spending more, the economy is going to get boost of that.
And this economy that we're talking about, slowdown, consumption. Okay, we've established that festive season was good for you, but festive season is over.
Yes.
You've seen a big coming down, or what's the story at? Because you are also in the consumption business.
We are, the kind of consumer stickiness we have is the best in the industry today. And I don't know how many times you use our app during the day, but a lot of commerce features on our app make it a very sticky consumer behavior for us. So it's more driven by the consumer's habit of consumption, the basic necessities every day, be it electricity, be it utility bill payments, be it city municipal payments, or even traffic challans also, etc. now. So these are not impacted by the slowdown, right? So all our commerce business keep giving us a push month on month.
Okay. So in this scenario where you have had consumption come down, there's been a slowdown, one of your investors has also had a very rocky ride, and I'm being a little conservative here. Sure. We keep talking about a global reset for Softbank after the WeWork IPO. To an outsider, I thought a company should only IPO once it's profitable, and it seems like investment banking 101. But to get Softbank during this reset to invest also shows its faith in Paytm and the Paytm story, right? Yeah. But how has life been for you since the WeWork debacle?
See, I don't want to talk about what Softbank thinks of other companies and versus
But
us.
It must have impacted you.
It is not. The reason is our journey in payment, as a growth in payment financial ecosystem, continues like before, and Softbank Vision Fund's contribution to us has continued, and we are very grateful to have them with us. It is not necessary that in case there is some problem with one portfolio company, it has to be kind of replicated to all others also. And our growth and our financial projection and our business plan is going as planned. So there is no impact on us really.
And has it impacted fundraising in India?
Fundraising in India overall, what I have heard from my friends in the industry has slowed down a bit. But as far as our fundraise goes, it was as smooth as we have done in multiple earlier rounds.
So all those stories were how Vijay Shekhar Sharma travels always with an investment deck because he doesn't know who he is going to meet and all of that?
That's not really true. Vijay, is an entrepreneur who's full of energy every time. So whenever you meet him, he has a lot of ideas and he's very keen to share with the people he trusts. So in case somebody's putting that in a wrong intent, I don't want to comment on that.
Would you say the last few months have been the toughest for Paytm?
Not really. See, Paytm, like I said, during festival, after festival, we are growing on our own pace, and our strategies keep building, and our management team keeps building. So there's no really a tough kind of a thing for us. And anyways, now with the big news coming in today, it's going to be much more, at a different level.
So a lot of these proceeds will be used what? Will it be for retiring debt? Is it going to be to grow?
See, let me clarify one thing for you. One, the debt is not a debt which we have taken on our balance sheet. It's just a working capital limit which we take a day and then repay on the next day. There is no debt on our balance sheet which is taken like a normal conventional Indian businesses.
Okay.
We don't infuse any money in customer acquisition with a indebted amount of money.
Okay.
Right. So there is no retirement of debt option here because we don't have debt. Number two. In terms of future growth options, like I said, we are going to double down on our payment ecosystem, and we are going to build a financial ecosystem, lending, wealth management, insurance, and to make sure that the customers and merchants engage more and more with us. And as a product, as an outcome of that, our transactions, our GMVs, are you
just going to be short of a bank? Just short of what, that banking license which is needed?
No, the banking, we already have a payment bank with us, right? So I think we don't miss anything because as a payment bank, I can do a lot of stuff which are not allowed otherwise regulatorily. So banking license within our overall group structure helps quite a lot to us. And our bank is a profitable bank in the second year of operation now.
Okay.
So in terms of regulatory wise, we are completely fine with that.
Okay. So you're going to double down on payments, you're going to get into stock brokering,
That's right.
all of that. What else?
Yeah. See, stock brokerage, lending, expanding the digital gold product.
Isn't there also fear that with all of you guys growing and being so competitive in what it is a crowded market, right?
That's right.
You have to provide the best rate or like the least arbitrage, all of that. Is there any fear, do the regulators talk to you that you might be lending to people who are not creditworthy? How strong are the KYC checks? Because we need to learn also from previous instances and not have a new age CDO crisis in India, right?
Oh, that's true. So that's what I said, that all our businesses are completely thought through. And there are, like I said in the beginning, there are industry veterans who have joined us on lending side also. So we are working with complete caution. We are working on building various risk platforms and algorithms for that. Obviously, lending is a risky business, for anyone, across the globe. So that kind of risk will definitely be there, but it's not going to be a kind of unthoughtful lending, so to say. Right?
You told me Vijay Shekhar Sharma's stake is now 15%. How much is Ant Financials? How much is Softbank's?
So I think that's the public data, right? So you can get it. So like Alibaba Group put together holds around 38% in the company. Softbank Vision Funds holds around 19%.
Okay.
SAF Partners hold around 18% now. Okay. And Vijay holds around 15%. And
IPO, you got a valuation $16 billion. Any dreams of an IPO whether in India or overseas?
See, for IPO, like I said in the beginning, we'll definitely look forward to an IPO once we become profitable in the business. So we are right now working, and like Vijay has also said in the multiple interviews before, we are making our company more leaner in terms of spends. And very soon, I think in next 2 to 3 years, we should become profitable.
How big are the losses now? Have you been able to curtail that?
Definitely. So month on month, we are optimizing the spends and with the increase in revenues and transactions. So I think in next 2 to 3 years, we should be profitable.
So you're not going to give me a number right now. I have to wait for the next year and go to MCA 21 and take out your financial result. See, numbers actually, numbers is something anyways which keep changing and getting revalidated month on month. So once we become profitable, we'll definitely it's a natural journey to go to an IPO. In India, overseas, what do you think?
We'll decide, once we reach to that stage.
Any aspirations of food delivery?
I think Vijay is the right guy to answer that.
All those rumors about a Zomato one being forced by Ant Financial.
I really don't know about that, so I can't comment on that.
Vikas, I'd like to thank you for being so candid for this interview. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.